What's up, guys? It's me, Do Not Obey, and let's get back into another video. We are diving into chapter 6. I'm really excited about it. It is Anakim, the Giants of the South. Let's get into it. And remember, I will be using notes and also the book due to copyright. All right. Stunned by what happened and still not fully understanding the dramatic situation that was taking place in these lands, many images crossed my mind, surely derived from the fear and the helplessness of seeing the suffering of my new brothers before my eyes. There were people on the ground under the dust and rubble, like the tragically famous Sodom and Gomorrah. Enemy crossfire could be heard in the distance. I saw innocent people die that day. Everything was getting out of control in just a few moments. We watched the sky full of small silver spheres with red lights that followed the whole scene. I was not sure if they were from the ancestral lands or the enemy. But there they were, without missing anything of a gloomy scene. We ran trying to help those we were crossing on the way. But the reality is that we had to leave the boat as soon as possible. We were all going in different directions. The voice that before tried to calm us down now gave orders. They were almost pleased to go urgently to the building of the presidential office, Renaissance. I hope I'm saying that right. That's what we did. Those who were left standing in the middle of the rain of debris and some denotations. All right, y'all, let's get into the notes now. Morris felt anguish and anger. He noticed the sky was a furious red tone, and he was able to look at the sun without it burning his eyes. It had a dark tone, and what he thought was the moon in the distance with a black color in the middle, like an eclipse. Then Morris noticed strange spheres in the sky. The spheres were silver, but Morris couldn't tell who was controlling them. As Morris walked up to the building, it had some turmoil at the front entrance. But other than that, it was intact. Morris was looking for President Fahil's office. He wanted to get some type of help to try to help others in the city. Morris found Fahil with Butler. We found Butler. Fahil was upset, as anyone would be in this current situation. Morris noticed Fahil was in a heated conversation in a tiny communicator. Out of the machine, a voice was repeating constantly, and I'm going to read it. We are requesting support from the Anakim. This was a planned attack to destroy a civilian and secure area. There is no turning back. All right. That's what was said out of the machine. Now, sorry, y'all, my lips are dry. Butler turned to Morris to reconfirm what he had heard out of that little machine. Butler explained, make sure I read that right. Yes. Butler explained they are the giant warriors of the South, okay? Fahil heard what Butler said, and then he shouted out. I'll read that. Not only that, they are the survivors of our people, the ones who led us to these lands before the reset of our time. He then commented to Butler that he should leave, but to do what was needed, and quickly returned to his office with 3 agents following him. Baby, I'm telling you, it's getting deep over here. All right. Butler then asked Morris to follow him, and he did the best he could among all of the agents that were outside. There were like thousands and thousands of agents, okay? Now, the Captain Butler, told me, this is Morris, that it was time to rest before embarking on a new journey and another destination. I stared at him as if expressing my fear again. Besides, I was not even sure if our ship was still standing. I could hear explosions. I can hear explosions outside. It was then when I thought to ask, where would this destination be and the reason for it? Was it something that Fahil had requested? He explained to me that this was not exactly Fahil's plan, but that the moment required it. He would go look for the team first to gather them here, and once they were all here, we would undertake a unique trip to the Anakim lands. But first, we would pass by their home. I was stunned trying to digest these words. I wanted to have said so many things, but my voice barely made a sound. That made no sense in any language. Butler then clarified, in case it was necessary, before my desperate way of expressing myself. Butler says, I'm sorry I couldn't tell you sooner, William. I am as much a part of these lands as anyone else you see suffering here. I was born with the ancestral blood, and I am watching my brothers die. Apparently they want to repeat history even in these lands. It is time to save again the only humanity that has survived a custodial reset. I'm going to read that again. I am watching my brothers die. Apparently they want to repeat history in these lands. It is time to save again the only humanity that has survived a custodial reset. Telling y'all. And who can save us all? Who better than the very ones who helped cross the ice walls back then? Butler then marched off and got lost among the agents waiting outside. I lay down on the most comfortable bed that I've ever seen, intending to sleep, but who was going to sleep after all I had been through? How would my reasons process so much information from a human story never told? How could I not see the eyes of my new brothers falling in pain and not feel that we were on the right side and that we had escaped from a sinister place that I used to call home? Take me, I don't know why I'm looking up. I hope in the future that I got some ancestral bloodline, and when this reset happens, I pray I get yanked. I am moving closer to the Antarctic. I keep trying to tell y'all I'm moving to Alaska, and I'm trying to get to the edge so I can get out. I am not lying. If I get a chance, I'm going to finish reading this book, but if I get a chance to get out of here, I'm going on a trip. It may be a one-way trip, but I know I'm not coming back here. Dead or alive, I don't care. Woo, baby, we're going to read this again. I used to call home. These feelings hit my chest with a resentment and a deep venom. I would want at that moment to open the doors to the innocents we were leaving behind, to the loved ones of the known lands. It's a lot, y'all. Baby, it's a lot going on. Chapter 7, we're going to get deep into it. I don't know if we're going to meet the giants or anything yet. I don't know. But I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I try to release them out on every Saturday. Hope you are enjoying this, like I said, once again. Hope you like the video. And like I always say, guys, do not obey. Stay woke. Peace. We need to get out.